What's going on, everybody? We're back at the creek. I brought a bucket and a sluice today. We're gonna do some panning, test to see if we can find some gold, and we're gonna find some gold and run the sluice. But we're here at a different spot. I was gonna go to that bend. Again, the homeless are there. I can't get in. I'm not gonna go in there and disturb them or nothing, but it's perfectly fine. I have another area I haven't been to in quite a while. Let's turn around, check this out, and well, should be a good one today, you guys. All right, and there we go. We're back at the construction site. This is the St. Vrain River, and it has dramatically changed. Right here, right in front of me, you can see they laid out right in that area a bunch of rocks, and the water they had diverted was actually flowing right there. Now it seems to be on the other side over there. They diverted it on back on that side. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. Let's take a look. This is the progress they've made on it. So yeah, they're totally changing this spot up. There's no more getting in there to dig. I'm pretty sure all that old ancient gravel and gold that they dug up, they literally probably went 50 or 60 feet down, dug out the whole river, diverted it. But you can see everything's covered. Now, I don't know if they brought all these boulders. More than likely they brought most of these boulders. They probably dug a lot of them up also out of the riverbed and saved them and laid them all back. But it's a total change here. I'm not quite sure what they're gonna do. They might be adding a park area. There's a park and a playground up over there. But man, check that out. The last time I was here, I was actually allowed to go up in there, so I went up in there on a Sunday. Today is Sunday again, and I didn't find really no gold in there. I mean, there was just so many different areas to choose from. I really couldn't find the gold, but today's plan, we're gonna head up that way, right before that construction site, where they don't have it fenced off no more. We can get in there, get into the creek. There's a couple little bends right there. I've done some panning there also. Found some gold, so we're gonna go there, run the sluice, see if we can find some gold. But today I try to learn about reading the river a little bit, or the St. Vrain Creek. I don't really come to this area too much. Rogers Grove, I do go, quite a bit. That's a little bit further up. But yeah, today we're just gonna get in there, see if we could learn a little bit about the gravels, what's depositing, where it's depositing at. Just try to learn for everybody, I'm gonna learn along with these guys. I'm no veteran. I've been doing this only for like 3 years already, so but yeah, we'll get in there, we'll see what we can do, see what we can find. Walk right up in this way. You can see they totally just dammed it up over there. Don't know why. Pretty interesting. We'll get up in right here, come off the path there. They got a little trail going in. They got a little bit of water. They didn't totally dam it up, but they're controlling it for sure, allowing just a little bit of water to get in there. see right in there, these guys. Let's see if I can get focused in there. There's actually bedrock. You can see they've dug all that out also. Might be able to get in there. Maybe we'll check that out. But we're gonna get up in there that way. Drop my bucket and stuff right here. I believe this could be our way down right there. Pretty steep. Looks like somebody was digging right there already. It's a big hole. They were digging there for a reason. Check that out. Rusty layer. Right below that, there's some cobbles. Pretty interesting right there. You can see that? Right there where it's all rusty, that's all clay right there. There may not be nothing in it, but it does look like it might have some black sands. But right beneath it, that's where the cobbles, that's where the gravels are at. That's an ancient riverbed right there. That thing has been buried for who knows how many years. They were digging right there for a reason. We're gonna get up in there. You can see right over here, you guys. Right along that way. There's two little gravel bars right there. That's where we're gonna go. See if we can set the sluice up. There should be something good there. All right, we're gonna get up in there. Took a sec real fast, put on the boots. Now I think we can walk up in the water. These rocks are slippery. Gotta take my time. There's some slippery rocks here. Probably should have stayed along the bank a little bit, but it's part of the journey. Getting in the water. All right, right there it gets pretty deep. Might have to get out. That's probably 2.5 feet deep. My boots ain't that big, won't go in there that deep. Let's do that real quick. All right, I think we can get in right here. Like a rug or something right there. Huh. Pan that. Oh yeah, that's pretty deep right there also. I'm also not getting in there. Huh. Not too sure where we want to go, you guys. Maybe we can go up a little bit more. Get in over there. Oh yeah, there's a spot right here. Check that out. We're gonna get in there and we're gonna start doing some test pans. Go. Caught the little green sluice here today. It's a sluice fox. That thing works good. It was actually my very first sluice when I first started. Sluice fox. I do have an extension right there. I could make it longer, but right now this is a small one. It's nice and, you know, we can hold it. You know, we can bring it down very easily to the water. But it got some miner's moss in there, got these riffles, little indicators right here. So yeah, this thing works great. It chews up material, it catches the gold. I thought about giving it a name, maybe the Green Goblin, because it gobbles up all the material and all the gold. So right now, we're gonna do some test pans. We're gonna pan around. See what kind of material we can get ourselves into. I panned up in here before, up in that way. This was all underwater at that time, and that main channel was coming over here to this way. It was actually pushing and moving pretty fast the last time. It settled down, and now it came to the other side, and it's moving this way now, and it has that sharp turn. Things are kind of just laying out and about right here. And you can see right in that area right there, there's gravels and there's cobbles and stuff in there. If we come a little bit this way, right there, up in there, there's bigger ones and they're kind of lined up. That means they kind of dropped, and this is where they stopped and they settled down. So if there's a line of bigger cobbles, bigger rocks and stuff, that's where the heaviest is dropping off in a line. Now, in theory, that's where the gold is going to drop, right? So, in case that is the case here, there's gold right here. There could be a streak along that whole line right here. I think we're going to try to dig right there first. Grab a pan. Got a pretty good area right there we could pan. Let's see what we can get, you guys. I got my my tripod. Sorry, I broke my tripod, so I don't have a tripod today. I'll do my best to try to set the camera up. Without the tripod, I can't do much, but I'll do my best, and we'll see what we can get into, you guys. I apologize for some of the views and some of the angles and stuff. I'm gonna try to do what I can and work what I can. All right, you guys. Beautiful out here today in Colorado. It's 50 degrees. All right, guys. I think I got the camera set steady and still. Hopefully it doesn't fall. It's sitting on top of my bucket. I got the bucket upside down, leaning against a rock. Hopefully that works, you guys. Got the pan already out there with the classifier. Got a line of big boulders coming up, bigger rocks. So we'll try right here. All right. That's the hole right there. Check that out. There's the material. Doesn't look too bad. We'll get that over there and pound that out. See if maybe I can set up the camera here. Sorry about these guys. I'm trying to keep it real as possible to see what most YouTube prospectors go through. Well, all prospectors really. See, there you go. The struggles, the things we go through to try to keep there we go. Maybe I may not get this, you guys, but all right, gotta figure something out here. This is typically what I go through and have to do. You know, I gotta figure things out to make good content, but I keep it real. I really want to show you guys the panning on, you know, the process and the panning and stuff. But there's really nowhere to set the camera or what I could do. Maybe. Maybe right there, you guys. How does that work? All right, maybe that'll work, you guys. This water's gonna be really cold. I can already feel it. All right. All right, there's the material. There's not much black sand in here, but it's the first pan. No gold in that one. We'll keep moving. All right. There's no gold in that first pan. That's fine. That was only the first hole. I'm thinking we're gonna get up there. Let's get up on that little bar over there and see. All right, I'm right here on the other side right now. I'm looking around. There's a lot of big rocks and stuff laying around, nice and smooth, nice and round. Especially right here in this area right here. They've accumulated quite a bit and they're bigger. So and this is the beginning of this little bar right here. So I'm gonna just dig right there for starters. Right at the beginning, we'll work our way back. There should be some gold, guys. We'll find it, we'll get on it. But it's not even about that here today. We're not here to get the gold. We're just here to try to learn it, learn where it could be depositing. There's a bunch of areas we could choose from. We can always come back. But yeah, it kind of it goes up a little bit right here, and it kind of gets higher up in here. So that means that water, it's coming and it's flowing, and it's kind of just stopping just enough right here for all of these bigger boulders to drop off, these bigger rocks. So that's the reason why I'm choosing this spot right here. We'll check that out. I'm kind of struggling with setting up the camera here, so I'm just gonna go ahead and dig that up. I'll show you guys the material, what's in the pan, and we'll get that panned out. Yep, I'm not getting down right there. That's some frozen ground. I've removed all that from the top, and everything's just frozen right here. So I'm taking a looking around. This area right there seems to be more exposed to the sun, so maybe we can find a spot that's not frozen right up in here, and we'll try that. Man, that part right there, it's all frozen. I don't really know what I'm gonna do unless I actually dig in the water where it's not frozen but cold. So unless I do that, everything on these bars, on these two little gravel bars, are completely frozen. I'm not getting down in there unless I get in the water. There's a couple spots right here on the outside of this right here. I might dig in the bank right here, you know, maybe. So I'm gonna take a look around these guys, get a drink of my Gatorade, eat my goldfish. I'm not really finding anything here. Everything behind me is all frozen. So maybe I'm thinking right in there, that could be a good little spot. Or right where I walked in on. Right there, I walked down, I walked in from right there. I might go try that spot right there. See? Test pan maybe in the water a little bit more. See if I can find something. I at least want to run one bucket in the sluice here today. I really wanted to run the sluice. At least a bucket or two. But it may not happen, you guys. I'm gonna grab a pan right there. Check it out. All right. So I grabbed a pan right there. This is the bank right here. This is right where I walked in up here. There's a bunch of big rocks right there. You can see. Let's get in. There's a bunch of rocks and a bunch of gravels built up in there. So I'm not sure. I went underneath. I went on the bottom, and it turned to sand. It's pretty sandy in there. So either gold could be sitting within all these, probably not in here, or further down. Not quite sure. But we're gonna pan that out anyways, and we'll see what we got. Hopefully we can get some gold. Curious, I might walk all up in there maybe. Check that out. I can see over there. That's an interesting spot right there. I might do that one next. All right, finally, you guys, we found some gold right in that spot back there where I came in. It's pretty sandy, but actually there's some pretty good gold in there. I'm gonna turn these guys around, give you guys a look. It's a little bit of pieces, maybe five, 7 pieces. I don't want to say it, guys, but so I'm gonna turn these around, give you a look. Hopefully we can get you guys in. But there's a little bit of pieces of gold in there. Check it out. Not too bad of a size either. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Maybe a couple floaters. But all right. I think that's bucket worthy. I'm gonna drop the sluice in the water. We're gonna classify a bucket down. See how good it is. And if we see quite a bit in the sluice, in the indicator right there, I'll classify another bucket and I'll just keep running. That's not too bad. That's about the 4th pan in. So all right guys, let me get a bucket classified, get the sluice set, and I'll show you guys. Not bad. All right. We got clay stuck to the rocks. That's always a good sign, you guys. Clay that sticks to rocks. There's also gold that sticks to rocks. So we washed that off right in the bucket. Sorry if you're out of the view. Again, I don't have my tripod. We got a toss right there. Starting to pull up pieces of quartz that got clay stuck to it also. It's also a good sign, you guys. There's a big rock stuck in here. I'm gonna try to get that out. Check that out, you guys. That's a big one. Wash that off. There we go. That should be the good stuff. Right underneath that big rock. All right, so guys, it's not going to be a full bucket. There's a lot of clay in here. It is definitely a half a bucket. So I'm gonna get that down there, get that sluice set up. That material, it looks really grayish, like the clay, the stuff I look for here on this creek. So, all right, let's see you guys. Let me grab the phone here. We'll walk with this. It's a half bucket. Find a spot for the sluice. Check it out, you guys. There's some material. There's gold in that right there. All right. Hands are absolutely frozen. Not quite, well, yeah, they're cold, guys. I'm gonna find a spot to drop that sluice. I'll bring you back in, we'll show you guys, we'll start running it. All right, there it is. I think we're running pretty good. We'll drop it in there. It looks like it might be backing up right there, surging just a little bit. That means that'll hold my sand back a bit and not let it go down the mat and stuff. So we'll throw a handful in there, see what type of adjustments we need. This sluice right here works pretty great. I've even submerged this thing completely underwater and it ran material. The angle really needs to be adjusted pretty good. I think that looks pretty good. Let's throw a handful in here, you guys, and I'll show you what we got. Yeah, see what I'm talking about? It just kind of holds right there. It doesn't go nowhere. It's just kind of sitting, not flowing down. We want all that light material to wash right off. All these grooves, all these little, you know, stuff right here will hold on to all that black sand. I'll drop all the gold in there. So let's get some adjustments. I'll bring these back in. There it is. I think we're going pretty good. Just a little bit slower than I'd like. But this stuff is really heavy. I mean, it's light clay and it sits there. It's washing off and it's going down the mat. All the rest of the mat is working perfect. So I'm just gonna sit here and relax right now. Go on ahead and finish this bucket. I really wish I had my tripod for these guys because I can set it up in the water somewhere, you know, in a sluice right here and show you guys, but it's not that easy holding it and trying to dump it in there. You see gold right in that area right there is where we see it first. Typically, when I'm ready to throw another scoop in there, I wait for usually this area from here to here, clean out, you know, so I don't see nothing else going down, and then I'll be ready to throw another scoop in there. So you see all this stuff moving around, all that stuff, it's active, it's working, it's holding all that dark material underneath, all the little pebbles and stuff, all the light stuff. That'll wash right off. Dropping the black sand further down, gold even further. It gets caught and everything, gold will stay. It's just a matter of exchanging material. You know, it's just exchanging it from the lights to the heavies. The heavies will always drop. Lights will always wash right off. You can see we got already some tailings of it going down. And you will lose black sand. Yeah, the black sand will start to process once, you know, you keep letting it clean itself out. So a lot of people see the black sand and they're wondering, man, am I losing the gold? Yeah, possible, you could be. But it does have to exchange, and it does exchange heavy material for even heavier material for even heavier material, and it just keeps doing that to the heaviest of the heavies. So yes, you will lose black sand. It's perfectly good. Don't worry, we're still having the gold. We're just exchanging it for heavier black sand, really. You can see it gets all cloudy up and stuff. That's all that clay stuff breaking up and going down. So yeah, I'm gonna finish this bucket, you guys, almost done. And then I'm gonna clean out that first bucket. We'll get the first bucket cleaned out, see what kind of gold we got. And I'm just gonna try to run as many buckets as I can, and hopefully this is gonna be a good one. I'll try to set up the camera in here on the next run, maybe. Water's running pretty hard right now. I don't want to lose it all the way down there. All right, guys, let me finish this up and I'll show you. Guys, I'm cold. It got windy over here. Not so windy, but enough of a breeze to where we're on the water right now and it's freezing. My hands, my toes are frozen for standing in the water. So here's the sluice. I'm gonna leave them concentrates in there. I don't even want them, my hands are stiff. I don't even want to clean that out. So I can leave it in the sluice right here. The handle right here isn't good enough. You know, I can hold it, put my, you know, I usually put my shoulder right underneath that. I can hold it straight up and I won't lose none of the material. I'm gonna get that home and we're gonna do the cleanup right here in this video also, because I do want to show you guys some gold. Hopefully it's good. We did see some gold in the pan, so there should be gold here in the sluice also. So I'm gonna get out here, you guys, pack it up. See you guys back at the house for the cleanup. All right. Sure is nice spot out here though. I definitely am coming back in the springtime before the big floods hit. I'll be back right over there. Yeah, I mean, take a look up there, you guys. There's a bunch of cobbles built up there also. Now I know there has been a gold discovery here on this creek in like 1870 something, I believe, but I'm not sure exactly where it was discovered. I believe it was Rogers Grove, which is over that way on the other side of that bridge. But yeah, this is an awesome spot right here, you guys, right at the construction site. Man, that would have been a good video if I would have found some good gold there that day. I was really had my hopes up on that one that time. But hey, you know, they must have dug it up and, you know, so much, and they were classifying different sizes, big boulders, you know, and I was watching the progress they were making. So yeah, the chances of me finding something there pretty slim with the time I would have had there. Again, now this right here, you guys, this is way up on the bank. You can see we're way up. St. Vrain's right there. So these floods, they go high, and this is at least, this has got to be 40 feet, maybe more, above the water right there. And if them cobbles and all that material was getting in there and getting stuck, That might be a good spot right there to also dig. Check it out. Some more clay. That's a little clay layer right there. That's another thing we want to look for when we're always out here prospecting these guys. Everything right there on top, there's going to be no gold in that. Maybe a speck or two. But you come down and you get these rustier layers. You can see it's a lot more rusty. Darker in some areas, which could be an accumulation of some black sand. But you can see, and it goes all the way across. So yeah, next time I come back, I'm gonna plan on digging on the high benches way up here. There could be some good gold in there, you guys. There's a whole line of rustiness that goes all the way down I was looking at. But let's get back up there, get back on the path. I'm gonna get back to the car, get the stuff home. We'll get the clean out. I'm really interested in this spot right there. Somebody dug all this, then they left it all right there. That doesn't even look like it's been processed in any kind of way, panned or anything. So I'm curious of why this is. That's definitely dug out by somebody. But hey, look at how deep they got. They got in there deep, and there's them layers in there you can see. Them good rusty layers in there. So I'm gonna save this spot. The next time I come out here, that's gonna be the first spot I'm gonna dig. And they've already done a lot of the digging for me. So I think I can just come here and maybe just grab a bucket right here of all this stuff and run that bucket, pan it down or whatever it may be. There could be some good gold in that. And if there's good gold in that pile right there, which is already dug out for me, I'm gonna continue on in that. That looks really good to me. You guys let me know what you think about that right there. This is probably the most interesting spot of the day. Pretty deep in there. They put some work in that. All right, guys, see you at the house. All right, I'm back at the house now, ready to get this cleanup done. Let's classify this material, and then we'll run it. I'm gonna run it through the buddy today. So let's get ready. There's the setup right there. That's the material. I'm gonna classify that down just in a kitchen strainer. Get it all in there. We'll run it all to the buddy. There it is, all set up and ready. My buddy leaks a lot, so I have a catch pan back there to go, for the leak and get all the water. Check it out. Should be good, you guys. All right. got everything all cleaned up now. That little micro mat leaves only just a little bit of concentrate, so you can see right there. I'm excited to see what kind of gold we got. Maybe hardly nothing, but that's okay. We were only there to learn the creek, to learn where heavies are being deposited. Not so much for the gold, that's just a bonus. Right on. So all right, there that is. I got a thing on my phone just now that my storage is full, so I might not have that much more to record. But if I can still record, I'm gonna record and show you guys what we got. But I'll take some pictures. But all right.